Well, today I'm coming to you from my living room. I'm exhausted. So, after I sent that nasty gram to the septic company, I always get sewer and septic mixed up in my head. So, after I see if I can get the glare off my glasses. So, after I sent that nasty gram, they finally showed up last Monday, a week ago, to fill in the pit in the backyard. So, Tuesday, I got back on the horn with one of the local fence guys because I looked into seeing if I could have Home Depot install a fence, but they wouldn't be able to do it until the end of May, which is kind of too late for setting up a garden. I mean, you really wouldn't be putting in peppers till the end of May, but things like peas and radishes really should be in right now. And I don't have anything set up yet because I didn't want to set any beds up if I couldn't get everything else together, because then they'd be sitting outside being weathered for an extra year for no reason. And I guess I would just compost all of my seedlings. It'd be sad, but I mean, it wouldn't be as involved as trying to unset up a bunch of raised beds and stuff in the yard. So, the guy was really quick in February, the local fencing guy, but he took most of a week getting back to me with an estimate this time. Well, I'm guessing he's probably busy putting up fences because it's fence time of the year, being end of April and all. So he did reach out and wanted to have a good phone call with me and told me ways that I could save a pretty penny so I won't be paying too much, because if I, and it's more of a when, not if, I need to convert to sewer, says the county, which I'm going to try to convince them I don't owe them the $8K connection fee if they're forcing me, because I'm growing tomatoes and peppers and not money trees. I'll be needing to dig up the fence along the back of my property because the sewer line goes behind all of our properties on this street. So, instead of the beefy cedar fence, I'm going to be putting in, I think it's called a paddock fence. There's posts and then like a couple of slats across it. It's mostly air, but it's just kind of denoting your property. So I definitely want to have something in ASAP for neighbor on the left-hand side who thinks nothing of stepping in my yard. I'm going to be planting things on there. I can't have people stepping on it. And then also for when the development goes up in that field behind all of our houses. So it was a reasonable price, so I signed on the dotted line. I haven't handed over any money yet because he said that he'd be able to do it in the next week or two, which is, I need it in the next 2 weeks. Otherwise, it won't be timely at all, considering I gotta plant stuff now. So hopefully by the end of this week or early next week, I'll have a fence up. I didn't even know if I'd be able to make it getting all of this stuff done. Getting the arborist in and the septic people and a fence, and I still kind of have a moisture problem in my cellar, but that might be a mound some more dirt in the front yard to divert rainwater kind of issue, which I'll tackle next. So I still gotta stain those raised beds. They're still sitting in boxes inside of my shed. It's been raining on and off for weeks. It needs 24 hours to dry. The sealant stuff, not stain, the sealant that I gotta put on it, because I'm assuming they're pine. They were kind of cheapish, right? So usually that stuff is made out of pine. And I got some sealant that has, I think it said it has juniper oil in it, which is supposed to be good for, I'm not really quite sure about treating woods for outdoors, but apparently juniper oil is supposed to be good. And the stuff says that it's good for like growing producey sort of stuff in it, that it's not toxic. So maybe I'll do the staining in the shed and hope that the fumes don't take me out. I've got a mask, so maybe I'll just wear that, because this weather, April showers for sure. In the backyard, and I've been trying to think why my back hurts so much, and I'm so exhausted still today, Monday, when I did this on Saturday, but I finally just, it finally clicked in my head. So I laid down a bunch of cardboard. I held back some of the cardboard that I had from all of the It wasn't necessarily the moving boxes, but some of the furniture and stuff that I had ordered in. So I held back some of the boxes from the trash and recycling service because I was going to lay them down where I wanted to put the raised beds, and then put the raised beds on that, and then fill in all those nice wood chips that I have in my yard around it as the walking paths so that I can trample all over it this year, and it'll be good soil/mulch next year. So I laid down the cardboard. Of course, it's been windy, so I used the billion tea bags of topsoil and organic potting soil and stuff to hold the cardboard down. That's probably, I'm like 99.9% sure that's the culprit while my back hurts. So I marked off an area for the garden, and the trench for the septic is filled. I'm going to dig up over the septic leach field, probably in a couple of big phases, to get dirt and scatter some wildflower seeds on it, because I hate grass and I'd rather see flowers, and it'll help attract the pollinators too. And then I started a bunch of sunflower seeds. I got a couple of mixes. Some of those really, I think they're Russian origin, really big seed head, either Mammoth or Goliath, I forget. So I bought a 50 seed pack of that, and I think the seller packs way more, so I think it's more like 75. But I mean, it's better to have more than not enough, right? So probably a 75 pack of that, and then I'm gonna guess like 100 seeds of mixed varieties of mixed heights up to, I don't know, 8 or 10 feet. So once this fence goes up, I'm gonna have a moat of sunflowers, aka moat of bees, around my yard. And I started about half of them a couple of days ago. I want to say last Thursday, maybe Wednesday, thinking that they would take a week or two to spring up, because I think I read that online somewhere. It was obviously wrong because they came up on Saturday. Once again, I have too many plants, but that's not news in my life. So once again, I find myself with lots of things to do, not quite enough time to do it all, and definitely not enough back and hands to handle it all. Because this weekend I had wanted to build the last wardrobe that I got for the second bedroom here. My house is old enough that the bedrooms don't actually have closets in them, so I had to buy in separate wardrobes, and I'd wanted to build it, but I keep dropping everything again because I think I overworked my hands doing all of that tossing around bags of dirt and stuff this weekend, and like raking up the grass underneath where the cardboard is to save it, to try to fill the beds with it too, so I can buy less bags of dirt. So I usually want to do a lot of stuff to get a lot of stuff done, but I think my job right now is just sitting and recovering so that hopefully I can go full speed ahead this Friday and Saturday and Sunday to try to get the sealing done on those raised beds. Maybe get them pieced together, which would be great. I still gotta staple the hardware cloth to the bottom of it. I got clippers for the hardware cloth to actually clip it apart, which is good. I've got a staple gun. I tried the staple gun on something. The staple kind of fell apart. Hopefully I don't have to go back to the store and buy a different kind. Although, if I do, I might just give up and just lay the raised beds on the hardware cloth on the cardboard and hope that it doesn't shift and that it'll keep moles out. Maybe I'll try nails or something. I don't know. I'm exhausted right now. Otherwise, Nepenthes densiflora by Rob Cantley, I think it was originally King of Spades, has finally opened up some pollen heads, so I harvested those this morning. The Ventricosa by Trusmatiensis has 2 or 3 flower stalks poking out now. The flowers haven't opened yet, but I'm excited. I pollinated the tip of the Subraensis by Trusmatiensis with Inermis to try to get lighter pictures out of it too, especially if Simon's pollen didn't take. And the second stalk of the Izumai by Trusmatiensis, I pollinated her with Hamada by Platykyla, because the first one I pollinated with Hamada. Yeah. And the Rob Cantley seed stock isn't done yet. It's still working on ripening. From what I can tell, I kind of squeezed the seed pods to see if they would pop open, and they haven't yet. So I think that's it for this week. Hopefully I can get that fence put in. Oh, and the fence guy said that he would put up the deer fencing posts and the netting that I got for free around where I want to put in the raised beds. So I'm excited for that too. I'll post an update about all of that next time. Okay, bye.